Welcome to Closer Look. I'm your host, Chris Foster. Today, we will go inside the Case New Holland program here at Parkland College, introduce you to Parkland's very own recording studio, and profile just one of our many successful alumni. In addition, we will share some of the video work being done by students in COM 145. All of that, plus a trip down memory lane with Parkland faculty, staff, and students. Next on Closer Look. Parkland College is celebrating its 50th anniversary in the 2016-17 school year. From simple beginnings in downtown Champaign to the updated 2016 campus, Parkland College has long been seen as a great commodity for our community.
In the very beginning, it was very different because we had a 3-room office in downtown Urbana. A lot of people don't remember that. It was called the Empire Building. And I started in October 24th of 1966, and Dr. Starkle had been hired as the president. It was just amazing how quickly he and the Board of Trustees, of course, identified members for the administration and just got things rolling.
Some of my best memories, and I think some of the most essential years for Parkland, were those early years when we were all teaching in every nook and cranny downtown, and we were put together in office spaces. Wherever you could find a space, there would be a little bullpen office. And 4 or 5 of us from various disciplines would be together. But it turned out that those years spent mixing the way we did, informally and sort of by necessity. We developed friendships and a kind of collegiality that we would never have done without that.
Dick Karch, who was assistant dean, was handling financial aid as one of the miscellaneous duties. Well, he would come into my office at UOBI. I was working at UOBI in the financial aid office, and said, "Ken, how do you solve these problems?" And so one day I said to him, jokingly, "If you ever have want to hire a financial aid person, so why don't you recommend me?" And he mumbled something, but well, it happened that in 1970 they decided to have financial aid.
What stands out in my mind the most are the memories of commencement. We have helped thousands of students experience one of the greatest moments of their lives, graduation, an accomplishment that they worked dearly for. The joy and pride we saw on their faces, as well as their parents, friends, spouses, children, was a source of pride for all of us, faculty and staff. We had reason to celebrate. It was a beginning, a new future that we could feel we had a little piece of helping them fulfill.
One summer, we had students help with a research project for the college, and so it was a methods of social research class, and the students actually participated in a survey of district employers. I was so happy to discover that the students were really enjoying it. They learned the methods of social research, they learned about survey design, they learned about the problems of administering a survey, and they really tackled even some of the statistical analysis. The students learned so much and were so fired up by the process that stands out in my mind as one of the most enjoyable times I spent with students at Parkland.
Whenever I think of Parkland College, I think of opportunity. I was a participant in student government, student ambassadors, and Phi Theta Kappa. Those were just some of the organizations. I was able to go on different trainings, participate, meet new people, travel a little bit, and connect between the students and the faculty and staff.
When I first met with President Tom Ramage, I told him that I wanted student government to be an integral part of institutional culture. And he kind of looked at me and he asked, what's that look like to you? And that question was very provoking. I guess I didn't really know what it looked like at the time. I had to go back, I had to really think about it, work with our team, and we came up with a real vision for student government. And that vision is what we took forward. And I still apply that to my life today. The ability to create a vision and move forward with it is something that President Ramage probably doesn't know that he instilled in me, but he did.
I took an interest in the respiratory care program, and I went ahead and applied, and fortunately I was accepted. Work in student life as well. I work alongside faculty and staff, which is one of the great experiences that I've had here at Parkland.
I enjoy the student involvement that I participate in, being in student government, being part of Club Latino, Parkland Scholars. The people here are really friendly. It's a family environment to me.
Agriculture is obviously a staple here in Champaign-Urbana, and it is no different at Parkland. One of the many areas of study focused on agriculture is the Case New Holland program, and I visited with instructor Gordon Hedrick and some of his students to learn about the value of the curriculum.
The CNH program here at Parkland College allows the dealer to actually build their own technician from the ground up. They do the recruiting, they procure the sponsorship, and once they come back, they are tailor-made to whatever role the dealer principal wishes them to be in, be it precision farming, even a parts associate, maybe even move into sales position.
The kid I went to high school with, he was a year older than me. He heard about the regular diesel program here at Parkland, and he told my dealership about it, and they found out about the CNH side of it.
I decided to schedule it here and come look at the place. Then I filled out an application and sent it in, and then I had to have my dealership sign it and then approve the sponsorship so I could come here.
One of my friends in high school was a year ahead of me, and he decided to get into it, and then I talked with my guidance counselors and talked to some counselors down here at Parkland and just kind of worked my way into it.
And we did a tour and whatnot, and I met all the guys and everything, and then that's how I knew, I went through the shop, and that's how I knew I wanted to come here.
They offered me the program, they told me about it and stuff, told me about Parkland because I've never heard about it before, and it sounded like a good program. It sounded like I learned a lot.
Once you're a student, the first year you're here all semester, and you go through like AC and electronics and fuels and basic engine overhaul. And then that summer you do an internship at the dealership, and that way you get real world experience so you can kind of put it to work.
Learn a lot about engines, machinery, a lot of electronics, a lot of hydraulics.
Before I came here, I did not know much about engines and whatnot, so when we toured through our engine class and whatnot, that really helped me learn about how to do things and how to measure stuff.
Then you come back and you have another semester and a half where you do like advanced stuff. You do advanced hydraulics, advanced electrical and all that stuff, and really get into the hard stuff. And then after the second semester, half of it, you go 8 weeks, and then you go 8 weeks back at the dealership to finish your next internship.
There's only 15 of us in my class, and we all got to be really close friends, being together all the time. And same thing with the teachers. I mean, you're around them all the time. You get to know them really well.
The instructors come from an industry, so they come from the real world, so they've been in the industry for a long time.
They just make sure that you understand things. Some people don't always get it, on the first try, and they're really good about making sure that everybody's on the same page. And if you need extra help, extra work, they're more than willing to do it for you. All you got to do is ask.
Even when I did electrical, it was hard. I didn't understand it, but one of our instructors, Mark, he really taught us, go through it and whatnot, and taught us how to diagnose electrical stuff and whatnot, and he was really good about it.
There's 15 of us in a class. Some classes are even divided in half, like our hydraulics class, so you get even more of a teacher to student ratio, one teacher with 7 students or 8 students, and so that helps a little bit too. But for the most part, I mean, it's almost one-on-one, because you can go up and ask them at any time for any kind of help you need, and they'll be right there for you.
Some of the advantages as far as the student being sponsored by the dealer. One is it builds the partnership between the dealer as well as the student. I think it also gives the student some accountability to someone that is sponsoring him, as well as obviously providing a career for that student.
My position, I have to work for 2 years after I graduate. My dealership gave me a basic set of tools in the toolbox just to start out.
A lot of it is, I think the student feels like that the dealer has invested in them. Okay, so at that point the student has a self-worth that, hey, someone's put some time and investment into me, I have to perform in order to provide the career.
Parkland provides the space, the instructors, for the program, and then C&H's responsibility piece is really the training aids that we have received, and then also new equipment, current production for the students to train on. We have a lot of outside community people in through the year, and they're just marveled at the volume of input that Case New Holland provides for the students. So I think it shows a real commitment on Parkland's part. I mean, our facility, when we added on for the C&H program, was basically 17,000 square feet. And then, the volume of training aids we've received, I think it speaks volumes for what Case New Holland's put into.
It's a good program to go through. They got the newest and best equipment you can learn on. And then you also get real world experience doing internships back at the dealership. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I didn't know before I came here, and it really gives you a good look on if you want to do the job or not.
In my opinion, I think it's a very good program. I think I've learned a lot, and I think it's really going to help me when I get back to the dealers.
From the cornfields to the recording studio, Parkland prides itself on providing its students with a wide variety of career options. And what a better way to learn about a career than working hands-on in a real-world experience. That is what Perimeter Road Sound Recordings is doing for students here at Parkland.
Perimeter Road Sound Recordings is an on-campus, student-staffed record label here at Parkland College. The ultimate goal and really the primary idea was give students an opportunity to get some music business experience outside of what they might get in their coursework.
Here at Perimeter Road, I'm not just the lead engineer or just the events planner. I also work with social media, I work with design, I work with the business management aspect of it, so I get a little taste of everything. I really love being with the students and interacting with them. They've got a lot of creativity and a lot of intelligence. It's fun to be part of that creative process with them. They might be looking for advice and looking for direction, but in reality, if you kind of give them a little bit of a free hand, it's amazing what they can come up with on their own.
This first semester was all about getting all of the sessions in, getting all the recordings done, and working on mixing those songs into something that is professional quality.
Once we finish recording that EP and release it, having that actual EP release show where we get to see all of our hard work come to life.
Once I'm getting behind the scenes and seeing it, how much really goes into making a song is incredible, how much tiny little details and all these little things, which is great because the students are getting that first-hand experience and hands-on experience
learning that. Every moment that I've spent within Perimeter Road sound recordings has been extremely fulfilling and extremely exciting and just engaging in a lot of ways I couldn't even have imagined at the beginning.
I see nothing but wonderful things in the future for Perimeter Road sound recordings, and I hope to really build it up and make a name for ourselves here on campus and in the community, and I see it as a very valuable asset to the college as we move forward in the future.
Successful programs lead to successful students. Parkland alumni Carter Boyce was recently awarded a Student Academy Award for his animated film, Die Flute. He sat down and talked to us about how Parkland was responsible for starting him down his path to success.
Parkland showed me the steps that I wanted to take in my future. Saw 3D animation, I was like, oh, yeah, that seems cool. I went home and like the minute I walked in the door, I was like, Mom, I know what I want to do for the rest of my life. There was a lot that I had to learn, and I kind of found that out, was that like when I came here, there was all of these different ideas and methods. There was so much that I learned coming from Parkland that I was able to apply to not only my drawing classes that I had at DePaul, but as well as like my 3D classes. Most of the technical side of 3D animation, I learned how to pretty much build everything in 3D through Parkland, and the teachers that I had here were easy to listen to. They were attentive, you know, towards our needs, and I felt like that really helped me strive to do better here, which allowed me to, you know, I feel like do really well at DePaul. Won a Student Academy Award for my film Die Flute. It was a 3D animated film that I did while at DePaul. And I'm working at a studio called Shatterglass Studios, kind of doing client work, marketing videos, all 3D. We're looking at like a live action film that we're trying to do a lot of CGI in. I'll be able to actually build a team of people to you know, do the work and actually see if we can make some actual like Hollywood level, Hollywood quality films.
From former students to current ones, the students in COM 145, Video Production 2, are getting their feet wet in the areas of video and editing. Recent projects include a mock movie trailer and a short film. Highlighted in this segment is a trailer submitted by Trevor Wood and a short film by Ethan Miser. All right, class, time's up. Please hand in your tests. Now we're going to move on to our next lesson on the American Revolution. The American Revolution was a political upheaval that took place between 1765 and 1783, during which colonists in the 13 American colonies rejected the British monarchy and aristocracy. This isn't reading right. Overthrew the authority of Great Britain and founded the United States of America. Let me try that again. I'm going to skip a part because it doesn't even make sense. It's not reading right. Trust me. Okay, that's all I have for chapter 4. Please remember that we will have a test again next week, and it is daylight savings, so don't forget that as well. You're dismissed. Mr. Allen, class is dismissed.
3 days later.
All right, we're going to go ahead and call roll here. Tyler Allen. Of course. Chris Foster. Mr. Foster. No? Yaz Garza. Maria Heap. Ethan Miser. Gessie. Trevor Wood. If you remember, on Friday I mentioned that we're going to have another test today.
Excuse me. Can I go to the bathroom?
Should have went before the test. Nope. Sit down, Mr. Allen. Put your phone away, Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen, who's calling you? Mr. Allen, Mr. Allen, get back here. Who's calling you? All right, welcome to the 10 a.m. class. Hope everybody had a good weekend. So I would like to start today by asking if anybody knows the historical significance of daylight savings time. I would wager that Mr. Allen does not. Well, it looks like Maria is absent today, but here's today's test. Good luck to everyone. Mr. Allen, up here. All right, I was able to grade these quickly, so I wanted to give them back to you for the end of class. That is it for this edition of Closer Look. We hope you enjoyed the inside view of Parkland's history, programs, alumni, and students. Until next time, I am Chris Foster. We will leave you with a recent performance by the Parkland College Wind Ensemble.
Thank you.